Hi everyone! Welcome back to another honkai star rail video. Today we'll be pulling and wishing for phainon. So I hope you guys all enjoy. At the moment I am on 40 pity and on a guarantee. We have 177 wishes today to spend on both phainon and his signature light cone. I have been saving for a super long time. Sadly, we did not get an early. I'm also skipping over all the 4 stars that we get. It's finally time to bring him home. Phainon is a character I've been wanting for a super long time. I've actually managed to log in every day to save up as I am completely free to play. And phainon is secured. Now it's time for his light cone and we're starting at 0 pity. I heard that in Honkai Star Rail the weapon banner rate is actually 75 to 25 and not a 50-50. However, I was really doubting my luck. This was 50 pity, which I think is somewhat early. I managed to lose. I was debating whether or not to keep pulling, but as a semi-new player, I had no weapon for phainon. So we keep pulling. I was so sad that all my wishes were going down the drain. I really hope that because my luck is so terrible in Genshin, that at least Hoyo would bless me in Honkai Star Rail. And phainon's light cone is secured. That wraps up the pulling session, so it's time to finally build him. This is my phainon team. It consists of phainon, me, Danheng, and Bronya. I did a little bit of pre-farming for phainon, but we definitely lack some materials. Also, just a note that I hit Trailblaze level 60 yesterday, so I am still relatively new at the game. Now it is time to work on his weapon. It doesn't have a main stat like it would in Genshin Impact, but the passive is meant to be heavily specific for its owner. I didn't know the auto function would also salvage my 3-star weapons. And my friend was low-key yelling at me about it. Anyways, I'm so glad to be making another HSR video. I know a lot of you guys love them. I just find it harder to adjust to playing Honkai Star Rail. And now Phainon's weapon is completed. Time for his traces, which are basically talents. I'm going based off the recommendation. His skill is his first priority and then his talent. The material synthesis button is so helpful. I'm also leveling up his normal attack. And the last priority is his ultimate. I think Phainon's ult looks absolutely insane. And I love his kit overall because he's so strong. I'll definitely say for Sirija, as she's his best support, I believe. She kinda reminds me of Farina, but she is so pretty. I ran out of materials, so I'll farm them for another day because we have no resin. So therefore, it's time to equip his artifacts or his relics. Recently, there was a relic recon event which actually helped a lot to get the stats I need. However, I also did farm some of these relics myself in my own time. It's really strange that you need another 2-piece set. Now his relics are all equipped. And it's time to claim our free pulls. Now I'm attempting to try this team out as we farm his materials. To be honest, I usually play on auto. So this is my first time playing the team myself. I heard that Bronya E1 is really good for Phainon, but she's only E0 on my team. If anyone has any tips or advice, let me know. I'd be more than happy to learn. I'm finally going to try out Phainon's ultimate. He makes this cool domain and solos for a bit. The animation generally goes so crazy. I'm pretty sure he gains stacks and then use his bounce ability, which is his E. I'm just not sure if his Q or his W is better to gain those stacks, but I've been using Q a lot more than W. And Phainon is once again reunited with his team. Also, feel free to add me in Honkai Star Rail if you play on the Asia server. I don't plan on making too much Honkai Star Rail content just because I don't really know what to make. But if you guys have any suggestions, I'll be very open to it. Also, once again, sorry for the delay, I've been so sick recently. I find it hard to make voiceovers when I feel sick because my voice is so like clogged up. And even now, my voice doesn't sound entirely normal. Also, in Honkai Star Rail, am I supposed to save my ultimates or use them when I get them? I know that rotations are super important as it is a turn-based game. Like, for example, as you can see, I'm holding onto my phainon ult for literally so long. I'm using one last phainon ult in this fight. It's time to level phainon up now. I'm using some tears of souls just to get some materials. Obviously, I still have a ton of things to work on, like his traces, as well as leveling his light cone in the future. But technically, that's all we can do for now. That was all for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!